What are some of your favorite things about the university?
Everything. Everything. One of the things that I really sensed when I came to interview, and then I've seen it and even had an opportunity to experience it now that I'm on staff and my family's moved to West Lafayette. It's just the warmth of the people here. I mean, the warmth of this athletic department is family. You know, just this morning, you know, I had two of my colleagues come from across the way just to talk about how they can help us as we get ready to go into the signing period to make this as easy as possible. And we didn't ask them to do it. I mean, people are really forward thinking. You know, they always try to figure out what is best. What can we do to make this process a whole lot better, a whole lot easier for the people that's working here.
What are some of the things you knew about Purdue before you got to the program here?
I knew everything about Purdue. One of the things I pride myself on is I know what's going on around the country in terms of athletic track and field programs. I think any coach that's in the world of athletics, if you're aspiring to be a head coach or you're aspiring to be good in this business, you have to have that knowledge. That knowledge base is imperative if you really want to be successful in the business. You know what I mean? You have to know what's going on in the Big Ten. You have to know what's going on in the Big 12 or the Southeast Conference or the ACC. You have to know that. And coming from where I came from, we've been fortunate. The Lord has blessed us to build a program that always was going to be one of those teams to show up at the national championship. So when you're in a situation like that, you have to know where the talent is coming from, where your opposition is coming from. So knowing about the Big Ten, my history being at the University of Minnesota in my early years as a coach, having the respect for Purdue, having for the program, I knew quite a bit about the program, where its history, the people that has gone before me, you know, Mike Payline and others, you know. So I knew quite a bit about the program. So coming here wasn't a shock to me, but I knew exactly the challenge that was in front of me.
So how has your first season at Purdue been so far?
It's been good. You know, we're in the process of really changing a mindset of the young men and women within the program. You know, letting them know that they're just as good as anybody else in the Big Ten or in the country. And it's been good. They've bought into the vision. They've bought into what we're doing and how we're doing it. You know, and as a result, you know, we're seeing them perform rather well. We're well ahead of the game of where we were this time last year. So I'm pretty excited about it.
How did you first get involved with coaching track?
Well, you know, at the end, in 1984, when I went to college as a freshman, my whole objective was to go to law school. I had quite a bit of experience. You know, I had been groomed up around some real knowledgeable men as a high schooler and as a club athlete. And I went to probably the best school in the country, Murray State University. And I'm biased, you know what I mean, my alma mater, you know what I mean. And anyway, I helped the jumpers at that time. You know, we didn't have a jump coach. I was a jumper hurdler, and I helped the jumpers. I was helping the jumpers. I was coaching. I was the one I was a student coach, as you might, student athlete coach, however you want to put it. And I remember my college coach Stan Naruski saying to me, he said, "Son, what do you plan to do when you're done with school?" I said, "Well, I want to go to law school." And he said, "I don't know if you're a lawyer as much as you would probably be a coach. Your calling is coaching." And I didn't understand that for a long time. And my senior year in college, you know, I found myself really struggling as to what do I do. Long story short, I ended up getting a graduate assistant position at Southwest Missouri State, which is now Missouri State University, and fell in love with working with young people. And I remember calling a good friend now who is the director of residence life at Coppin State University. He was at Central Missouri State working as a graduate assistant, and I called him and I said, "Pat, I think I made a mistake." And he said, "What do you mean?" I said, "I think I got a degree in an area that I don't want to work in. I like this coaching thing. And I don't know, I messed up, man." And he said, "Man, I'm going through the same thing." You know what I mean?